Issa.
Who is
Issa? Putting the S on there like a Isha.
I told you, but I like you. No. Okay, say it. Say it one more time.
Issa.
Okay.
Issa.
Who is Issa? Let's go see. She didn't get it at first.
She nailed it.
Yeah, she didn't get it at
nailed
first.
Nailed it that time.
Thank you. I'm working on it.
So you asked the question. Who asked the question?
Who is Issa?
Who is Issa?
Yeah, who is Issa?
I'm a young musician. I'm from Washington, D.C. I migrated to Atlanta when I was 12 years old, chasing my dreams.
Right.
I've been continuing to chase my dreams, and it's got me here.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad taught me how to rap when I was 8.
Wow. He's still alive? He's still living?
Yeah, my dad, yeah.
Oh, man, that's beautiful.
He at the house.
All right.
Yeah. All right, what's happening?
And he one of my biggest fans, too.
Man, see, that's
crazy.
He ought to be.
Yeah. Shout out to Pops, man.
Shout out.
He's from the Bronx, New York. He's from the Bronx, New York. And that's actually
NY.
where hip-hop originated at.
Yeah, tell him again. That's where
Education.
Well, not just New York, but the Bronx, New York.
Right.
Is where hip-hop was actually like the first guys who started hip-hop. They came from the Bronx. And that's where my dad's from. So I always feel like hip-hop is going to accept me because of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? My dad's straight from the Bronx. Like, he used to battle rap in the middle of the street. And I came up on that. Like, I came up on that mindset, on that approach. Like, my dad would have me in cookouts in New York or wherever, and he'd just be, hey, give him 16 bars right now.
Wow.
On the spot?
On the spot.
And you spit them?
Yeah, I couldn't. It wasn't. Yeah, I had to. I was like 9 years old. Rapping in the hood, like in the rhyme. I was 8-9 years old. I got videos on YouTube, like spitting, like, you know. My dad was writing my raps back then. He made me memorize them. I memorize them. Any cookouts, any family get-togethers, when all my little when his nephews and stuff was there, because they rap too.
Man. Oh wow!
And then I just be, you know,
been doing it ever since, hitting it harder and harder every year.
It was kind of like Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson, except for he didn't beat me and stuff. He didn't beat me and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But he was on. You can cuss right here. He was on my ass. He was on my ass. Like he bought me the sources and rap books and I couldn't go to sleep till I memorized my verses, my lyrics. And it was that deep, you know. I never got beat or anything, but he was on me like that. So I always say I compare myself to Michael Jackson.
Wow.
But
he was engineering you for greatness.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was building you up real good.
Right.
Just like how
and it shows now. It shows. I mean, it shows.
Right. I appreciate it, man.
So you say you've been doing it since you was like 8, right?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a heck of a grind. But we heard you was in Macon.
And I'm still not where I want to be yet.
Oh, let me say that question. Where are you trying to? What level
What's your greatest achievement?
I say that because for anybody who listening, I've been doing this since I was 8, but I still, you know, people have their different stories though. Because some people, you know, jump right in it.
Right.
And I know some rappers that just started rapping a year or two ago. And already a huge, you know what I'm saying? I've heard of. So everybody has their own separate pathway.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, everybody got their time. Yeah.
But what they say, it take like 10 years to build a Bentley or something like that.
Yeah.
And it takes like a few years to build a Toyota or something like that. So that's how I always compare my story too.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time, and I still haven't gotten to the level, you know what I'm saying,
that you want to get to.
That I want to get to yet, and I'm still headed there, and it's taking me a long time. But
that's okay though.
When I finally get there, it's gonna last.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go. Yeah,
that's right.
You're gonna have longevity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna have longevity
and a legacy.
That's what I meant by when I compared it to the metaphor to the bit.
Right. Don't worry about it. It ain't going nowhere. No, you're good. So the question I was gonna ask, we've been following your grind. So you was in Macon
last night.
Elaborate on that.
I went to Fort Valley to college last night, and then we went to Macon right after that. I had 2 shows last night, so it was cool. It was a college. It was like a college party at one of them. Then the other show we was in the stadium, so both of the shows was packed out.
Oh wow!
It was some cool exposure, you know.
I saw some clips, and it was a full house.
and we see that. We looked. I like, wow, it's full.
A full house.
Yeah, for sure.
So ask him the question now that we said. What is his name? T about it.
What's my name?
The meaning of your name.
Yeah, the meaning of your name.
The meaning.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, a lot of people don't know my name means Jesus in Arabic.
We did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we both did. Actually, she told me.
Yeah, you did.
She told me.
Yeah.
So my name means Jesus in Arabic.
Wow, that's deep.
So and I heard that you've often been called a prophet or been titled the young prophet because of that.
I had a mixtape out called Lost Prophet. That's like my top. I've got 5 bodies of workout. I say it's like my top 3.
Wow.
And the project I put out was a few years ago, and it was called Lost Prophet because it just talked about me being lost in the world of sin. But I felt like I was a prophet. So a lot of the music is like between good and bad, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's bridging the gap between good and evil. You know what I'm saying? With me being a prophet, but then being walking the earth in this. And there's so much hell on earth, you know what I'm saying? And there's so much stuff going on, and it's kind of like I'm lost out here, you know what I'm saying? I think at the time, drinking, smoking, whatever, just like everything. I never got caught up into it, but I just went through everything. I seen it, you know. I seen it, and I talk about it in my music. So, but
they'll make the best stories, man.
For sure.
Yeah, the testimonies for real.
Yeah,
real time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
real time.
Go ahead, T.
Okay, so. In that, how many labels have you actually been signed to throughout your career thus far?
Major labels?
Yeah.
I've only been signed to one major label. I was signed to RCA when I turned 16.
Wow.
Now, independent labels, I've been with a few different independent labels.
Okay.
But as far as major label, I was with RCA, which actually went over to Jive in the middle of, after I signed, like the people that signed me over there, like moved to another building and they changed Jive over to RCA. So basically, it was some people in the office that didn't know who I was. They didn't sign me. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like a whole new staff having to deal with, you know, imagine being signed to a label. Some people sign you, right? Like the CEOs or whatever, and then they completely like go to another label. The people who signed you. Some new guys come in and
take over their place.
You got these artists, these new artists, which is not like the big artists is easy to come on and continue, like Usher, Chris Brown, whoever else on the label, but you got the new artists and you're like, okay, and they don't understand me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's basically what happened, but I was able to get out my contract.
That's
and,
good.
And I kept going, and it was a learning experience, and I wouldn't take it back for nothing. I'm glad
there you go. See, a lot of people don't like to go through stuff, so they can testify to other people like, bro, don't worry about it because this was worse than your situation. So you know, what I'm saying?
And I persevered. You know what I mean?
So if I make it or made it, you can do it too.
You can do it too.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely see just by, you know, hearing some of the things that you talked about and actually just sitting here speaking with you, I can see where the title of the prophet can come from. You know what I mean? Because you definitely have the potential to motivate and to change the perception of, you know, a lot of the younger artists or the newer artists trying to make their way. You know what I mean? And I've said it time and time again, you got to know who you are in order to relate something to somebody else and want them to be able to dig it and to jive into what you're saying. You know what I mean? But if you don't know who you are, if you've never been through anything, because you know it'll never, you know, you'll never persevere. Your longevity is not going to be there if you're following the trend of everybody else. Everybody can't be in the trap. You know what I mean? Everybody can't be in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So many people knock those that have that different individuality or not scared to veer off a little to the left to do them. You know, they just fall by the wayside. You know what I mean? Because nobody is feeling them. But you know, I admire your strength and that's you know,
true. I appreciate it.
You know, your just the way you keep going, no matter what comes at you, what's been thrown at you. And I did some in-depth reading. You know what I mean? But you've been through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? From 8 and you're what 20? What?
I'm 21 now.
21. Yeah. Okay. So no, that's, I mean, ain't nothing to be ashamed of. But I mean, from 8 to 21. You know what I'm saying? saying? You've been through a lot of trials, and a lot of tribulation. You know what I mean? In this business, in this industry, you know what I mean? And for you to still be here standing, still have this testimony and the strength that you have to keep going, I truly applaud that.
Tell them again.
It's God.
That's right.
Sure.
God.
And I thank you so much. No, I don't think nobody ever noticed that part of it. Like, especially like in the business or even giving an interview. I'm talking about the part like what she just said.
Yeah, right.
She just shared just really meant a lot, because a lot of people don't know how much I have been through. You know, it's a lot. I've been through hell.
Yeah. Wow. You know, and it took me to actually do the research and find out. I was like, I was very impressed. You know, from the age of 8, you know what I mean. And then you're 21 now. You have you know, as many EPs as you do out, and I mean the shows and all the things. Your fan base. I mean, you just got you got a clothing line that you're working on too. Yeah, you know what I mean. You're doing a lot. You got your hands in a lot. So I mean,
that's good.
It's like, you know, I'm impressed to be a young man of 21. You're doing more than grown men of 40 are doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he got me beat when I was 20.
So I mean, I just you know, nobody will never really know your full struggle or your, you know what I mean, besides, you know, your
and that's
immediate
why I try to put it in my music though, so people will know my struggle. I think that's what makes an artist great. Well, that's what makes a great artist a great artist, is the fact that they wear their feelings on their sleeve in their music, you know, and that those same things or stories that you share with people might not go through the exact same situation, but something similar and they can relate to it. So that's why I always try to tell even my struggles and stuff through my music, because I know somebody out there that have went through, or not even on it, may not have went through the exact same thing, but they kind of went through the same struggle and can relate to it. Maybe can gain something from it by me being honest with myself and with my audience.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Honest with yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I'm digging that.
I'm thoroughly impressed. So what's the name of your project that you're dropping?
I haven't even put the name out. I guess we'll debut the name on here, Blue Moon.
Oh man, see, you gave us exclusive. That's what I'm talking about.
That's definitely exclusive. I haven't put it out on the internet.
Wow. So y'all heard it here first. Say it again.
The name of the EP coming out next month, March, is called Blue Moon.
Wow.
Blue Moon.
You gonna bring us a copy?
For sure.
Or email us a copy. If you can't get by, you can email it.
I'll bring you one. I'll bring you a hard copy.
You know what I'm saying, T? You know what I'm saying?
This man right here, he's real. He's real. And
Yeah, touch the people.
I want to make sure I touch. Well, I physically touch people. You know what I'm saying, and let them know. That's why I did that when I went out and I gave hard copies out to let people.
Yeah,
know.
I seen that. I was like, T showed me. I was like, wow.
And the fact that you do that, I feel like fans appreciate that. And
because they can be one-on-one.
Because I pulled up on a guy too that was like somebody that wasn't a fan of me at all. Like this guy, I pulled up to his house and gave him a CD, and he was like, ever since then he's been like my biggest fan. He's been a big fan. He heard the music, but he left his, of course, information. But I want to pull up on more people like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, you know, not even being arrogant, but I think once you hear the first song on my EP, there's no way you're not gonna.
That ain't being arrogant. That's being confident.
You get what I'm saying?
Because you believe in your project.
There's no way you're not gonna like it. Yeah. And so I tell people when I hand out my CDs, I say, if you don't like, I tell people all the time, you don't like the first song, throw it straight out the window, bro.
Oh wow.
That's what I tell people.
Wow.
I was like, if you don't like the first song, throw it straight out the window. And
no, I played. Me and T played all of them.
Nah. But that's just what I tell people, like on a day to day when I'm like at gas stations and stuff like.
Oh, when you give them your CD,
I be passing CDs out. I'm like, that's what I tell people. Like, if you don't like the first song, throw it out the window.
Wow.
You know?
That's what's up.
For real.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That is what's up. So I mean, I see that you can, you know, you speak very well, but you know,
try to.
Absolutely. You know, how much of your spare time do you spend like researching other topics or outside of the realm of music? Do you meditate or anything like that?
All my spare time goes to learning either with my family. I'm trying to absorb some information. I got the History Channel on. Like literally, you can ask. Like
I look at that.
Like that's odd. My TV stay on some weird. Like people think I'm crazy because I'm always looking at. I'm always looking at the History Channel. Like,
but what do I do? What do I do?
Oh, yeah.
Tell T what I do.
Yeah, he's definitely
weird. I be looking at aliens and.
I was going to say that, but now I don't want to listen.
No, ain't that wrong?
No, it ain't that wrong with it. But you know what?
Or I'm reading. mean, like, you know, I just started the first day of this year. I just started reading the Bible, but it's more for I want to read it. I'm reading from the back to front.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
From front to back. I mean, I said back to front. From front to back. I'm on Exodus. I'm like at the end of Exodus right now.
You get
amazing. Yeah.
It's gonna take me a year to read it, but I mean that's just like an example of some of the stuff. But I'm doing that for personal reasons, not even.